Why do YouTubers need logos? Your face is the brand. Why do you need a cat or a pigeon or this pizza thing? Why do you need any of those? Just use your own face. So today we're gonna be reversing that. We're gonna be turning people into their logos. We're gonna be starting off with MrBeast. As you guys know, the MrBeast logo is like a cat, and MrBeast himself is not a cat, but I'm a Photoshop god, so it's actually just gonna be so easy for me, and this is totally not gonna take me hours. Step one, we have to find a picture of MrBeast, but his head has to be sideways. MrBeast never is fully sideways. For the solution to this problem, I just looked up MrBeast face sideways. I actually ended up getting this gem right here of him nomming in 4K on a Shrek quesadilla. Slight issue is that the quesadilla takes off like a chunk of his face. Thank God for modern technology, because I just threw that in Photoshop AI. Couldn't tell me that that wasn't just the original photo. We line it up. We're just gonna go ahead and cut that out and just take it off. He doesn't need clothes. We just take MrBeast and just kind of stretch him. He'll probably look pretty good. He kind of looks like the DaBaby meme, but are we worried about it? No, we're not worried about it because things come together later. Onto this ear. I need to give him cat ears. No one be judgmental. Now we had to blend out the other ear that I kind of left behind, and we're kind of looking good. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of terrifying. Like as is, it's a little freaky. I've made his head way too big. So I ended up playing around in Photoshop for a little bit and I ended up fixing him, but then he had a dent in his head. I snatched his hair off the last photo and I threw it on there and we were good to go. Now to get down to the nitty and gritty. If we really want MrBeast to be an cat girl baddie, we need to add them fangs. He's kind of looking like a badger now, which is kind of not what I'm going for. Now the lightning bolt was really tricky because I kind of want it to look like tattooed on there. Like I kind of want it to be like seamless. So what I'm thinking is that if I just use like a filter on it, you might be able to see some of the skin underneath, and therefore it'll look like it's kind of just embedded onto him. Voila. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Angelia, we're done now. It looks good. Everything's on there. You're wrong. Because this isn't MrBeast until it's MrBeastified. So we pulled out that dodge. We started oversaturating stuff. We smoothed the skin. We blurred the skin. Eyeballs brightened. Jawline snatched. When you look at the before and after, it's like mind-boggling. Like it actually looks so much better. Like it actually officially looks like MrBeast. Yo, tell me you aren't buying a shirt with that on the front, because I'm buying that shirt every single time. Here's your new upgraded logo. Always trying to help the little guy. MrBeast, if you would like the rights to this, go ahead. This is the biggest brain move in the history of YouTube. If you want to wrap a Tesla in it and give it to me, I would drive it around. Up next, we got Airrack, and Airrack has this little brand called Pizzafy. And guess what the logo is? It's a pizza, but we're gonna fix that. Now I found this little gem. All right, the stash is stashing, and we just now have to just, just slightly just stretch it out and put it into shape. And then, it looks like a pizza, but now we gotta make it into a meat suit. The face of the pizza itself is like, it has really big eyes and like a really weird distorted face, so I can't keep the face. So we're just gonna erase everything and start from there. For the eyeball, it's kind of weird, but I'm just gonna cut out right there, do a little stretch, and that looks good. I mean, does it look great? No, but it looks good. Now it kind of has like this like white of the eye right here. I'm just gonna use his eye, I'll twist it, and then I'll just use the whites and just kind of like erase. Okay, it looks beautiful. All right, little check. Yeah, that looks cursed. That looks really bad. But please bear with me. It'll look better in a couple seconds. I swear to God. All right, so now we have the issue of the eyebrows. So at first I was thinking like I could just like cut it off, but then I was like, nah, like this man has some juicy, beautiful eyebrows. Let's just like leave him as is. And so then I just kind of like stretched him out using puppet warp. I couldn't find any photos of Airrack with his eyes closed. So I found this exact doppelganger of him right here. So I just snipped out his little eyeball. It looks a little sus, but whatever. So now that we have the eyes, now we gotta do the smile. Now Airrack has this beaming smile, but he has no lips, and that's okay. All right, we can just erase all of that. Now the smile on the pizza guy, it's just like a curve, but it's kind of like a smirk. But this is my own personal thing, and so we are not gonna be exact. I was a little stuck. Like, what do I do with the crust, right? Because what is the crust? But then I was like, crust, top of head. So I just took the hair and I kind of just like stretched it to it, and I think that looks pretty good. And now for the arms. This photo, it's the best I could do. Now the arm wasn't perfect, right? It's not gripping anything. And so once I added the sauce in, I had to get a little weird with the hands. So I had to just, break them and twist them and I'm left with something like this, which doesn't really resemble that he's holding something, but we can all use our imaginations here and pretend that he is. Now, without the stencil, this is looking awful. It's gonna come out good. I feel like this is like the steps of making something, is that like it looks like for a little bit and then it finally comes together at the end. The pizza is, his arm is in such a weird position. Like it's like this. And like, I'm definitely not going to find a picture of Airrack like this. And so I professionally and realistically switched it up. For the final touch, all we gotta do is just add back the legs. So we liquefied it out. I stretched it as literally as chungus as the leg itself was. And I'm actually so happy with how this turned out. This is the new logo. This right here is beautiful. Look at that butt chin. Look at that mustache. Look at the little squirty squirt. Royalties can be sent directly to my P.O. box. Sent. Next we have MoistCr1TiKaL. Okay, so if we go to his official website, he has this logo up here, which is like his main logo, but then he has this logo with Ludwig, and Ludwig is like this. So first and foremost, we gotta yoink these arms. He has that sleeper build. We need to take them. So of course I'm gonna cut them out, line them up, size them up. And of course the arms don't fit because they're just on a completely different plane. I also had to start like adding the umbrella. Took it into Liquify and I just kind of shrank it down all together. And so that way it kind of like lined up a little bit more. And then what I did is I kind of just like cut out like his like fingers and I just like pasted it on top. So that way it also still looks like he's holding the umbrella. Next was to add in his legs. Critical legs. This will work. And then after that was completely liquefied into place, now it was just moving on to the shoes. Now at first I thought I could like find a picture of his actual feet, which went very wrong. Oh God, wiki feet? Charlie has a wiki feet? Oh wow. Yo, that's actually crazy. Like they actually get every single picture of his foot. Oh my God, I'm terrified now. Say what you want about people with foot fetishes, but they're dedicated. They are so dedicated. I realized that I could just use the feet that I already had if I just took one and then like mirrored it over and then just made them insanely like goofy Mickey Mouse sized feet, and we were good to go on that one. Oh baby, I love it. It's so cute. Oh my God. Now after a little bit of deep diving to find a picture of Charlie's face that wasn't low quality and horrible lighting, I decided to go with just like his face in the middle, because I could have sized it out where like his eyes match the eyes of the thing, but I was like, that's doing too much. So let's just put his face in the middle and then let's just make a meat suit around it. And let's add the beard all the way across. So, that's exactly what I did. Now this took so much blending. Bro, this looks so bad. It looks so bad. It doesn't even look like I'm trying. It looks so cursed. Charlie just looks like a massive testicle with legs and arms and an umbrella. You know, I don't know how I didn't foresee this. He's quite literally the shape of a testicle and I'm making him skin colored, but it completely just didn't cross my mind. For final touch-ups, I realized that every single one of his limbs is a different color. So I just struggled through all hell to get any kind of color on this man's arms because the arms were actually just white. And I don't know if you've ever tried to hue color change something that's white, but it's actually impossible because white is void of all color. I kid you not, it took me 20 minutes to add color to his pale arms. By the grace of God, somehow I was able to do it. For the very final touches, I fused his arms and his limbs so that he is just one congruent body. I wanted to add a little bit of like detail, a little bit of highlighting and contour and contrast. And so I went a little buku insane with the details. I won't lie, I went a little crazy, but at the end we have a polished testicle holding an umbrella and I think it looks amazing. I didn't even know he had an Instagram, to be so honest, but we found it. Do I have something that'll make you moist? I present to you the new logo, because iconic. Like, that's like the offer of a lifetime right there. Oh yeah, we're getting some responses today.